UK man who bludgeoned his mother to death with a hammer and left her decomposing remains in a home for 2 months has been sentenced to a minimum of 21.5 years in prison. 43-year-old Dale Morgan murdered 68-year-old Judith Reed after she found out he had been stealing from her and confronted him. In December of 2020, Dale repeatedly and brutally bashed her over the head with a hammer at least 14 times and left her body in the blood-stained bedroom of the home in Market Street, Pembroke Dock in Pembrokeshire. Dale continued to live in his mother's flat as he tried to conceal what he had done, walking a dog, lying to her concerned friends when they asked where she was. He would tell them that she's isolating at home because of COVID, was ill, or in hospital. On the 20th of February 2021, police went to her house after a concerned friend requested a welfare check on her. Dale was out that day, and an officer peered through the bedroom window and saw Judy's body. Her decomposing and partially clothed body was slumped in a kneeling position against her bed. She had a plastic bag over her head and an electric cable wrapped around her neck. There was blood on the sheets, and officers found a hammer at the foot of the bed that had fatty deposits on it. Later that night, realising his time was up, Dale turned himself into the Haverfordwest police station and admitted to killing his mother. He was arrested and has been held in custody since. Following his arrest, Dale responded no comment while being interviewed and said very little to give any sort of account of what happened or why. Judy was last seen alive on the 11th of December, and it's believed she was murdered before Christmas, with unopened gifts still in her home. Investigators found a written note by Judy expressing concerns about her son stealing money from her and his drug addiction. Bank account records show that between the 3rd of December 2020 and the 11th of February 2021, Dale transferred £2,878 in 11 transactions from his mother's account to his own and withdrew the money in cash. An autopsy revealed that Judy died from blunt force trauma. On the 31st of August 2021, Dale pleaded guilty to murder during a court hearing. On the 4th of October 2021, Dale was sentenced to serve a minimum of 21.5 years in jail. David Cox and Jeremy Engelman, both 26 from Flint, Michigan, were arrested over the weekend for firing shots at a state police helicopter. The incident occurred at 2:30 in the morning on the 2nd of October. The authorities responded to the area around Miller and Hammerberg roads in Flint on reports of shots fired. Troopers in the helicopter located 2 men on the bridge in the Happy Hollow Nature area southeast of the location who were passing a firearm back and forth. As the helicopter patrolled above the area and monitored them, one of the men pointed the firearm along a creek, firing several shots before handing the weapon to a second person. The second man then pointed the firearm at the helicopter and fired at least 5 shots at it. As it was fired upon, the helicopter's crew guided police on the ground to the men. They arrested both suspects and recovered a firearm. There were no injuries, nor was there any damage to the aircraft. The men remain held in custody at the Genesee County Jail on a $50,000 bond. They've been charged with intent to murder, terrorism, attempted malicious destruction of police property, and using a firearm during the commission of a felony. If convicted, each could face up to life in prison.